进来呀？啊？乱进来，两边都可以。哇！来两个比较多嘛。
部长在后面，部长在后面。OK， Hello， 三巴旺 GRC residents。
哇 ，Number one。还有你呢？谁只听华语的举手。
Hello， Sembawang。I cannot hear you. Hello, Sembawang. Wow.
Hey, give a round of applause to our MC, Diana. Beautiful Diana.
Thank you, and please give a round of applause to my handsome who never aged, Chen Keping.
Thank you.
Wow, I love the atmosphere here, Chen. You see, like, oh my God, is everyone here?
Wow, I think this is, well, at least thousands of people now here.
Yeah, thousands of people are here.
Those from behind, please come forward.
Yang di sebelah belakang, sila maju ke depan untuk melihat calon-calon pemerintah anda di Sembawang. Wow, I love, the atmosphere gives you the chill.
Wow. A long time never see anything like that.
Correct.
Wow, this is wonderful. You are the best, man. Woo! 你们是最棒的。
Yay! Wow, you see, I think you will lose out, to our minister Ong already. The moment he comes in, everybody shouting his name.
I think not them alone.
Everybody, all the candidates.
But now
yes.
Minister Ong, very famous in Singapore.
Correct. The most famous one. You see, just now he comes in. All the people here don't want to see us already.
Yeah. That's good sign.
Yes, that's good. You
That's
should
good.
not be seeing us,
Yes.
but you should see the people who's going to rule Sembawang.
Yes.
Please give them a round of applause.
我是来这边讲话的，他们在这边为我们居民服务的，你们有
Okay.
福气了。
Okay, can I ask, who is from Admiralty Residence?
Admiralty 举手。
Mana penduduk daripada Sembawang? Wow. Mana penduduk daripada Woodlands?
Woodlands.
You staying Woodlands, right?
Woodlands. Serve in Woodlands.
I also stay Woodlands. So please give our candidates a support, okay? Wow, I really love the way how the crowd tonight.
Yeah, at first we thought must we warm up?
Correct. I don't think we
no
need
need
to warm up. No
We
need
already warm up
already.
already. Wow. This
Wow.
is number one.
Can you see there's more people coming in?
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes. There are many behind.
Yes.
Please come forward. Please come forward.
Semua yang berada di belakang sana, saya mengalu-alukan untuk anda maju ke depan untuk mendengar dan juga melihat calon-calon yang akan memberikan sepatah dua kata pada malam ini. Jadi saya mengalu-alukan yang di sebelah belakang untuk maju ke depan. Terima kasih.
还在后面的居民们，请上前来，上前来，好，才看得到。
Wow, first time I'm doing rally, I'm so proud to be a Singaporean.
Yes.
I'm proud to be a Sembawang resident. And no, I'm from Woodlands.
No, it's the same family, same family.
Yes.
Same family.
Okay. Later we're going to introduce all the candidates.
Yes.
Can we get everybody to actually roar for them? Can you do that?
以最热烈的掌声欢迎他们，我们会一个一个的叫。
Jadi saya ingin bekerjasama anda apabila saya menyebut nama-nama calon yang akan dipanggil menaiki pentas ini. Bolehkah anda berikan sorakan yang paling gemuruh? I want to cry, you know. Like as though we're doing concert.
都掉眼泪了，很感动，很感动，非常感动。
Wow, I really appreciate everybody here on a Monday night, on a working night day. But you guys choose to be here and listen to the leaders who are here, gonna tell you what's happening for Sembawang residents. Thank you so much, everybody.
OK， 我们的候选人你是否准备好了？我们要一一把他们请上台来。
Okay, stand by your clappers, stand by your roars, stand by everything you can. Can we do that? All right, are you ready, Sembawang residents?
我们要请我们的特别嘉宾是谁？
No, that one must wait. That one must save the best for the last.
Yeah.
Ah. All right. I'll speak in Malay first. Okay. Sekini kita ada tetamu istimewa. Jadi saya ingin anda semua untuk memberikan tepukan yang paling gemuruh. Ini dia, Dr. Lim. Wow. I only mention Dr. Lim only, no? You know who? Wow, that means, wow, Dr. Lim. Your supporters is still here for you. Dr. Lim Weekend!
林伟杰医生。Woo! Lim Weekend. Dr. Lim.
And next candidates, I would like to invite. Wow, you see, I don't need to mention you got supporters already, sir. Mr. Vikram Nair.
维凯先生。
This one I no need to introduce. You don't know already? Okay. Do you know she has a second name? Okay. This is our next candidate. Kaka MJ of Mariam Jafar.
Woohoo!
Wow, I like, oh my God. You can see the court is nearly full house tonight. Thank you
差不多满了。
everybody.
后面的人继续向前来。
Wow. This is even better than the concert I do. Okay. The next candidates. Do you know who? Very handsome man. Wow, you see?
年
Say
轻有为。
handsome only. The bra is there. Mr. Ang Shi
王思璇先生。
All right, the next candidates. Do you know who? Mr. Ong, wait lah. I say really keep the best for the last. That one I no need to say his name. Everybody will shout his name already. The next candidate. Please give a round of applause, Mr. Gabriel Lam.
蓝颜李先生。
Thank you. Okay lah, this one I know I don't have to mention names. You guys have been waiting for the moment. Wait, not yet, not yet. I got another rose down here. There's 2 roses among the thorns. Ah, you see? Ma'am, you see you got your supporters already. Next candidate, Miss Paul Lee San.
布丽珊小姐。
So you can see I got 2 roses among the thorns. And they are really sitting among the thorns. Very nice. This
Okay.
one no need to mention already, yes sir? No need to mention already.
This one don't mention. Who's the next one? 下一个是谁？
See? Alright, the next one in here. Mr. Ong Yi Kang!
王一刚部长。Woo! 来，再多一次，大声一点。好，我们首先要请林伟杰医生上来跟我们致辞，欢迎 Mr. 林伟杰。
Beri tepukan yang paling gemuruh untuk Dr. Lim Wee Kiat.
Dear residents of Sembawang and friends of Sembawang， 亲爱的三巴旺集选区居民们，大家晚上好。I am Lim Wee Kiat. Good evening to all. Honored to be invited by Minister Ong to speak at this rally tonight. I shall first say a few words in Mandarin then proceed on to English. 大家晚上好，我是林伟杰，非常高兴以及荣幸能到今晚的群众大会跟大家分享几句话。19年前，我第一次参选的时候，成为这里的议员的时候，三巴旺那时候除了几座政府主屋，以及我们面前的三巴旺 MRT Station、Sun Plaza 购物中心，什么都没有，没有民众俱乐部，没有熟食中心，没有游泳池，没有综合诊疗所，没有健身室，没有室内体育场，巴士的航线也是非常缺少。这次我第一次来的时候，是第一个镇没有短镇巴士的，没有 feeder bus service， 连858的那个航线是绕道而行，没有穿过三巴湾，只往甘巴斯直接到宜春。当时的三巴湾有点偏僻，有点乌噜。我第一次来到的时候，居民跟我讲，这里是一个鸟不生蛋的地方。在这19年里面，我们细心的聆听，我们跟大家一起计划，我们跟大家一起互动，一起打造今天欣欣向荣的三巴旺。三巴旺今天跟19年前完全不一样了。今天我们有我们的 Canberra CC 很好的一个民众俱乐部，已经18年了，也是应该要翻新了吧。我们有我们的 Bukit Canberra 熟食中心、游泳池、综合诊疗所，以及我们新加坡最大的 Sports SG 健身房。我们有室内体育场，也有漂亮而独特的公园，尤其是我们新加坡独一无二的三巴湾温泉公园。三巴湾的巴士服务方面也改善了，我们目前有短站巴士859A 跟 B，858也穿进三巴湾镇了。目前也是有新的线883跟117。今日的三巴湾已经不如往以前一样，这里所谓说是鸡不生蛋的地方，鸟不生蛋的地方，反而是太多鸟了。在这19年里面，多靠大家一起努力，跟我们一起配合，一起打造今天温暖美满的家园。谢谢大家。在三巴湾，我们还有很多空间，还有很多空地可以发展，更精彩的还在后头。我希望三巴湾集选区的选民们，你会把你们的神圣的一票投给人民行动党，让人民行动党继续为大家服务效劳，和你们一起共写三巴湾的故事的精彩的下一节。Dear residents and friends, in preparing for this rally speech, I look up and found our 4 last manifestos that PAP produced for Sembawang. Those 4 manifestos were produced in year 2006, 2011, 2015, and 2020. Looking through those manifestos, I realized 2 things have changed. First, I've gotten less hair and less youthful with each manifesto. When I first started in 2006, I was 37 years old then, the youngest in the team. Ko Buan said, you are youngest, you go to Canberra, because Canberra is the youngest. In 2020, suddenly I realized I became the oldest in the team. And of course, much less hair and less youthful. The second thing I realized was the steady progression and transformation of Sembawang in all those 19 years. All the proposals, all the promises in those manifestos have been fulfilled and delivered. Looking back at the 19 years of service, we have come so far and so long. and it's a long way together. We started as a small housing estate with very few facilities and amenities. Over the last 19 years, we listened, we discussed, we proposed, we debated, and we planned together with you. We lobby hard for you to create our beloved Sembawang. Together, we created a unique, a grateful, respectful, caring Sembawang that we are all proud to call home. Today, Sembawang is different. In Sembawang, we have the first inclusive playground with the largest collection of swing in Singapore, Canberra Park. We have the first HDB water playground in Jelutong Harbour Park. And now, many other HDB estates want that and are planning to do, including Marine Parade GRC. Both playgrounds were Straits Times top playground of the year in Singapore. We also have Bukit Canberra, a project that we deliver together with you. We spend countless hours consulting you, focus group discussion. And this is the first green community hub in Singapore. 800 seats, hawker center, state-of-the-art polyclinic, healing and therapeutic gardens, swimming pools with indoors and outdoor pool, the largest sports SG gym in Singapore, largest wooden indoor sports hall with 18 badminton courts, and soon to come, dog run area, and a second library in Canberra House on top of the hill. We did this together. And I'm also proud that we proposed and pushed through for the Sembawang Hot Spring project. Hardware is not enough without software. With software programming, we created a closely knit community, a big Sembawang family, through our floor parties, through our care project, Breakfast with Love, Festive Cheers, Belanja a Meal, our quarterly grocery distribution for our needy families, Harvest with Love, as well as Golden Generation Lunch, our Buka Puasa with all our Muslim household, Brisk Walk, many more programs with all of you in mind. Together, we did it together. Over the past few weeks, leading to nomination day, I had the honor and privilege to work with two of our new candidates, Mr. Gabriel Lam and Mr. Ng Sishian. Mr. Gabriel Lam is 15 years younger than me, and Mr. Ng Sishian is 20 years younger than me. Both are young, energetic, passionate about their cause to serve. They have families like you with young children. Both are highly successful in their career, working in the SME sector. I'm glad, despite knowing the fact that it's going to be heavy responsibility, there will be sacrifices that they have to make, they still step forward to serve. I'm very sure, if elected, both of them will be very good MPs serving Sembawang, so please give them the fullest support. We have come a long way over 19 years, but there's still a lot of room for exciting development. Unlike other mature estates, we have the entire northern part of Sembawang that was due for redevelopment, especially when Sembawang Shipyard moved out. The next chapter of the Sembawang story will even be more exciting. But first, we need your vote, we need your help to vote in the best team to serve you that you can trust, the team that will deliver, that can deliver, and most important, work with you and write the next chapter of Sembawang story. In closing, I want to thank all our Sembawang residents, our stakeholders, all the grassroots leaders that I've worked with, everybody, for your very strong support, your trust, your encouragement all these years. We shed tears, we shed laughter, we went through ups and downs through the COVID. It is indeed my honor and my privilege to have served all of you all. And I will cherish all the memories we had and all the wonderful friendship for a better future, for a better Singapore, for a better Sembawang, A Sembawang for everyone. Vote PAP. Thank you.
谢谢林伟杰医生，非常感动。
Thank you, Dr. Lim. That was a very touching speech, I would say, at the last part. You can feel, I was standing aside, I can feel that, you know, the hard work he has given for the past years, and now he's leaving us. Because like what he says, give to the younger one to actually lead the team. Okay, I shall not waste any more time. Let's invite our next. You know, I know everybody is looking for Mr. Ong to come up. All right, let's give a round of applause to our Minister Ong Ika.
I am not yet speaking. I'm here to introduce my special colleague, Mr. Vikram Nair.
Sembawang, 大家好. Selamat malam. Anevarukkum Malai Vanakkam. Thank you. And now in English. 14 years ago, I made a promise to work with all of you here to help build up this town bit by bit. In these years, Sembawang has changed. Our neighborhood has grown, new families have moved in, and this place has become a more vibrant place to live, work, and raise our children. Beyond these physical changes, we have built a sense of belonging in Sembawang. Our neighbors look out for each other, show up for each other. Tonight, I want to talk about some of the work we've done over the past term of government, and my speech will cover 3 areas. First, the Sembawang Town Council. Second, my work in Admiralty. And third, some of my work in Parliament. I would also say a few words in Tamil at the end. So first, let me start with the Town Council. For the past 7 years, I've been chairman of the Town Council, which oversees not only the maintenance of our neighborhoods, but also the upgrading and development of many of the local projects. Many of these have helped to create a better home for residents. Now, how many of you here have asked for sheltered walkways? Okay, I see a lot of hands here. So, when all of your feedback comes, we discuss as MPs, we discuss with the Town Council. In the last 5 years, we've built 154 sheltered walkways. Who likes the green spaces in Sembawang, the parks and fitness corners? The last 5 years, we've upgraded 44 parks and fitness corners. Community gardens. How many of you like gardens? Yeah. So the number of gardens has grown up from 28 to 60. But we are also going green. We are switching to solar. So 90 blocks have been installed with solar panels. And of course, what are the things that we all like? Neighborhood upgrading and HIP, right? To improve our communities. So in the last 5 years, 340 blocks have undergone repairs and decorations, and 47 blocks, 3,138 units have undergone HIP. 2 neighborhoods have undergone neighborhood renewal. Now, of course, many of you know that town council work is not glamorous. We have 69,000 units. How many of you have given feedback about corridors can be cleaner, this one can be faster, maybe some pest issues. So this happens in every town council. But what makes Sembawang Town Council efficient and good is that we act on this feedback and we move fast. So the Sembawang Town Council, the town councils are evaluated by the Ministry of National Development. Since 2009, there has been a town council management report. And it looks at 4 areas: estate cleanliness, estate maintenance, lift maintenance, and financial sustainability. Do you all know how Sembawang has done in this report? Since 2009, we have maintained a perfect score of the highest band in this report. Thank you. The other thing that's important is corporate governance, because town councils manage a lot of money, and since 2023, the MND has also been evaluating town councils on corporate governance, and we take that seriously. And since these reports have come out, we have also achieved the top band in corporate governance for the last 2 years. Now, I'd like to give thanks, though, because this is a long legacy I took over from people before me, and I have a beautiful team working, right? We have a good team managing the town council. We have a good team of town councillors. We have good conservancy workers. And what makes the town council team special is we have very good representation from residents in the town council, and we have professionals. So we know what people want, and we have professionals to make sure things are run properly. This has been what has made Sembawang Town Council special. And thank you all for all of your support, feedback and encouragement all these years. Now, in the coming term, we have more big projects coming. We are going to have a cycling path. We're going to link the cycling path connectors to link to East Coast, Marina Bay and Lim Chu Kang. Solar panels, we have 90 blocks now. Our plan is to go to 770 more blocks in the next 5 years. So we'll be going greener and cleaner, saving money for everyone. We have 5 neighborhood renewal programs to roll out and HIPs to roll out, which the other advisors will be talking about. So these programs, we work closely with the local advisors to find out what residents want, and then we make it happen. So we hope to get your support to do all these things. A lot has been done. There is a lot more to do. Now, thank you. Now, let me talk a little bit now about Admiralty. I can see a number of you have come from Admiralty. Thank you. It's a... So this is the area that I've looked after. We all look after different areas. And Admiralty, I think one of the big developments we had in the last round was the Woodland South MRT station. Residents can now go to the Orchard area in less than 30 minutes, and they can even get to Gardens by the Bay and East Coast Park. The Town Council, for its part, has worked with LTA to improve sheltered connectivity to the MRT station. Over the last few years, we also saw the upgrading of Vista Park, which now includes a range of playgrounds, fitness equipment, and equipment for seniors, basketball court, barbecue pits, and unique in this area, a Patang court. Let you all find out what Patang is. We also listened to feedback about a local public transport, worked with LTA. So some of you may know about the 901M bus service. This took a lot of work with LTA. We are grateful for their support. We managed to discuss an alteration of the 904 route to give accessibility to residents in Woodlands Drive 62. And all of this is done because we work closely with residents, we work closely with government agencies to make change happen. Thank you for your support. Now, previously I also used to be responsible for the Admiralty Place area, Kampong Admiralty, and when Admiralty Place was undergoing renovations, we came together as a team, and at that time, the MP for around the Galaxy area, Mr. Amrin Amin, kindly opened up the pavilion to have the Admiralty Wet Market operate there. But now, Admiralty has grown, many more BTOs have come, but there are 2 new wonderful people looking after the Admiralty area, Ms. Poli San and Ms. Mariam Jafar. Please give them a round. And Thanks to their work, this area remains in good shape. There are a lot of programs there, and many Admiralty residents have gone there to enjoy the programs. In the coming term, there are some projects in Admiralty as well. Many residents have been asking for childcare. We have new BTOs coming up. So for those living around the Vista Point area, there's a new mega childcare center coming. Thank you. Yep. If we go a little bit further up, around the Zone 7 precinct, that's one of our older neighborhoods. That's one of those up for neighborhood renewal. And finally, if you go to the top near the Admiralty area, many people have been requesting for covered connection to Admiralty MRT. So that is in the works for the next term. As is a lift in the overhead bridge that goes across from the Block 688 area. So all of these improvements have come because we've been listening to you, working with you, understanding what you need. But what I've been happiest about really in Admiralty is actually the many opportunities I've had to meet with residents, to build up a team of volunteers, to organize programs that bring people together. So the Admiralty Community Center Ace the Place opened in 2012, and we've opened 6 different residence networks over the term I've been an MP, the last 14 years, and each of these is a hub for activities. So, it's so nice to meet many of you, whether it's at breakfast, at brisk walking, Zumba, line dance, and many of our more unique activities. In fact, we have over 100 community fitness groups in Admiralty in all of these different areas. And I've mentioned things like Zumba and brisk walking, but we also have other unique things like yoga lattes, petang, pickleball. Yes, that's right. Pickleball as well. In fact, yes. And one of the seniors I met shared that she exercises 6 times a week by joining a range of different exercise groups. So if you want to stay healthy and do it with friends, just look out for the activities in your neighborhood. For children, our children's football program, I understand, is one of the most popular in Singapore. We have more than 170 children, including a girls' team. We also have basketball, netball. And for anyone else who's interested in other sports, please let us know, and we'll work with our community sports network to make it happen. Now let me move a little bit from Sembawang and Admiralty to Parliament, which is another part of our responsibilities. Now, for the last 10 years, I've chaired the GPC for Defence and Foreign Affairs. And I mean, for many of us, foreign affairs may feel like something far away, but I think in the coming term, this will be vital for Singapore. Singapore is a country whose trade is 3 times our GDP. The US, the largest economy in the world, has imposed tariffs on its trading counterparts. So what this may mean is global trade may slow. And if global trade slows, our economy may slow down. So what is important for Singapore is that we need an experienced team to navigate our relations with the US. The US is still a friend, and we want to be strong and close, but also to build bridges with other partners so that we can continue to have opportunities for our economy to grow. I think DPM Gan is leading the team on this, but actually this requires support from all of you as well. The party needs a strong mandate so that we can stand as one country when dealing with our foreign counterparts. Now, as GPC chair, I not only discuss foreign matters in Parliament and behind the scenes with the leaders, but I also meet with counterparts from other countries, including their own foreign relations committee members as well as chairmen. And I think it's important for us to build these bridges at different levels. Now, in relation to defense, I've spoken up regularly on the importance of investing in national defense and security, and taken a special interest in digital technology and investment in mechanized warfare. With our falling population, we do need to invest in technology so that we will be able to defend ourselves. Now, I noticed that the SDP had in the past proposed cutting the defense budget significantly, seemingly to fund a lot of the other proposals. This is something that no other opposition party I'm aware of, including the Workers' Party, would suggest. Now, none of us want war, none of us expect war, but neither did Ukraine 15 years ago. But if war were to come to us, how many of you think some other country is going to defend us? Maybe the US, China, Indonesia, Malaysia. Does anyone think they'll come to defend us? No. Right? They're all our friends, but asking someone else's people to die for you is a very big ask. So we must be able to defend ourselves. And I think it is necessary and important for us to continue to speak up strongly to keep Singapore's defense forces strong. And we need your support for this. Thank you. And also, I've spoken up on many other local issues as well, on domestic matters. I'm one of those who spoke up for socializing the cost of childcare. That means the government should be contributing more. This I did back in my 2011 speech and have continued to speak up for both in Parliament and behind the scenes. I've also shared suggestions on legislation relating to workplace discrimination, spoken up about why it's important, again spoken up behind the scenes as well. And these are all matters on which the government has moved. I've also spoken up on retirement. As some of you may know, I believe that people should be allowed to work for as long as they wish, and this is something that older workers should get extra protection for. Now, thank you. Now, being part of the government team of MPs, we don't always attack the ministers in Parliament, but what we do is we work on the same team. We ask questions, we raise issues, but then we work behind the scenes so that the office holders can then take up the proposals and make it happen. That is how change happens when you vote for the PAP. Now, we still have a lot to do in Sembawang. You have seen our manifesto. In this GE, you will hear many promises. But making promises is easy. The hard part is keeping them. Now, you've heard from my colleague, Dr. Lim. He's been keeping promises from 2006. We have delivered on our promises time and time again, and we plan to continue to do so. For the past 60 years, PAP has delivered for Singapore. On May 3rd, please give us your support so that we can continue to deliver for you. Now, for my Tamil friends, let me say a few words. Oh, okay. Thank you. Dr. Lim still looking out for his colleagues. So let me now say a few words in Tamil. Thank you. Yes. Tamil மொழி சிங்கப்பூரின் 4 அதிகாரத்துவ மொழிகளில் ஒன்று. நம் நாட்டின் மக்கள் தொகையில் 5 விழுக்காட்டினரே தமிழ் மொழியை பேசுகின்றனர். இதனால் தமிழ் மொழியை வாழும் மொழியாக நிலைக்கு வைப்பது சவால் மிக்கதுதான். ஆனாலும் அரசாங்கத்தின் வலுவான ஆதரவு இருப்பதால் சிங்கப்பூரின் தமிழ் மொழி தொடர்ந்து சிறப்பாக வளர்ச்சி பெறும் என்று நான் உறுதியாக நம்புகிறேன். ஒவ்வொரு ஆண்டும் சித்திரை மாதத்தில் தொடங்கும் தமிழ் மொழி விழா சமூக அமைப்புகள் ஒன்று கூடி தமிழ் மொழியை கொண்டாடவும் வளர்க்கவும் உதவுகிறது. இவ்வாண்டு 46 நிகழ்ச்சிகள் இடம்பெறுகின்றன. இதற்கு காரணமாக இருக்கும் அத்தனை அமைப்புகளுக்கும் நான் நன்றி கூற விரும்புகிறேன். என் தந்தையார் தம் இளம் வயதில் முதலில் தமிழ் மொழியின் பயின்றார். ஆனால் அவர் தொடக்க நிலை 3 படிக்கும்போது அவருடைய தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் காலமாகிவிட்டார். அதற்கு பின் வேறு தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் இல்லாத சூழலால் அவரால் தொடர்ந்து தமிழ் படிக்க இயலவில்லை. அவர் மலாய் மொழியை படிக்க தொடங்கினார். என்னை எடுத்துக்கொண்டால் நான் தொடக்கம் முதல் தமிழ்தான் படித்தேன். என் வீட்டில் தமிழ் பேசும் சூழல் இல்லை. இருந்தாலும் என் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர்கள் மூலம் நான் தமிழை கற்றுக்கொண்டேன். For those who don't understand, I was saying I didn't speak Tamil at home, but thanks to the efforts of my teachers, I managed to learn Tamil after starting in primary 1. அக்காலகட்டத்தில் பாலர் பள்ளிகள் தமிழ் அதிகம் கிடையாது. அதனால் தொடக்க நிலை ஒன்றில் தான் நான் தமிழ் படிக்க தொடங்கினேன். இப்போது நிறைய பாலர் பள்ளிகளில் தமிழ் கற்றுக் கொடுப்பது இருக்கிறது. இன்னும் அதிகமான பாலர் பள்ளிகளில் கற்றுக் கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்பது தான் நமது இலக்கு. Thank you. Your Tamil friends understand. Yeah. What I'm suggesting is having Tamil in more preschools. It wasn't available readily when I was young. நான் தமிழ் மொழி கற்றல் வளர்ச்சி குழுவின் தலைவராக செயல்படுகிறேன். இது வகுப்பறைக்கு அப்பாலும் தமிழ் மொழியை வளர்ப்பதற்காக கல்வி அமைச்சின் முனைப்பில் உருவான அமைப்பு. இந்த குழு பல்வேறு முத்திரை திட்டங்களை செயற்படுத்தி வருகிறது. அதோடு மாணவர்களுக்கான பல்வேறு நடவடிக்கைகளை திட்டமிட்டு நடத்த சமூக அமைப்புகளுக்கு ஆதரவு கொடுக்கிறது. செய்யப்பட்ட ரிவர் வாண்டர்ஸ் என்னும் வனவிலங்கு காப்பாக கற்றல் பயணத்தை குறிப்பிட்டு சொல்லலாம். இது மட்டுமல்லாமல் புதிர் போட்டிகள், விவாத போட்டிகள், விளையாட்டு நிகழ்ச்சிகள் என்று வகுப்பறைக்கு அப்பாலும் தமிழ் மொழியை மகிழ்ச்சியாகவும் ஆர்வத்தோடும் கற்பதற்காக வாய்ப்புகள் உருவாக்கியுள்ளோம். Thank you. Thank you. தமிழ் படிப்பதற்காக வாய்ப்புகள் குறைவாக இருந்த ஒரு காலகட்டத்தில் இருந்து இன்று எல்லா நிலைகளிலும் தமிழ் படிக்கும் மகிழ்ச்சியாக பயன்படுத்தவும் வாய்ப்பு வசதிகளை உருவாக்கியுள்ளோம் என்ற நிலைக்கு வந்திருக்கிறோம். நமக்கான அடுத்த சவால் என்னை போல தமிழ் புழக்கம் இல்லாத குடும்பங்களிலிருந்து வரும் மாணவர்களுக்கு சிறப்பாக ஆதரவை வழங்கி அவர்களை தன்னம்பிக்கையோடும் ஆர்வத்தோடும் தமிழை பயன்படுத்த வைப்பது. தமிழ் கற்பதற்காக வசதிகள் அரசாங்கம் தொடர்ந்து அதிகரித்து வருகிறது. பாலர் பள்ளி முதல் அதிகமாக தொடக்க பள்ளிகளிலும் உயர்நிலை பள்ளிகளிலும் தமிழ் படிப்பதற்காக வாய்ப்புகள் உருவாக்கியுள்ளது. Thank you. அதனால் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர்களுக்காக தேவை அதிகரித்துள்ளது. நான் சிங்கப்பூர் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் சங்கத்தின் ஆலோசகராகவும் இருக்கிறேன். தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் சங்கம் கல்வி அமைச்சோடு இணைத்து தற்போது நிலவும் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர்களுக்காக தேவையை சமாளிக்கவும் தமிழ் ஆசிரியர் பணியில் சேர்பவர்களில் எண்ணிக்கையை உயர்த்தவும் முயன்று வருகிறது. இதன் வழி தமிழ் படிக்க விரும்பும் அனைவருக்கும் அந்த வாய்ப்பு வசதிகளை உருவாக்கி கொடுப்பதே நமது இலக்கு. மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி அரசு சிங்கப்பூரின் பன்மொழி சூழலை கட்டிக்காப்பதில் கடப்பாட்டு கொண்டுள்ளது. இம்மொழிகளை வாழும் மொழிகளாக நிலை பெற செய்வதிலும் மேம்பாடு காண செய்வதிலும் உறுதியோடு செயல்பட்டு வருகிறது. அவ்வகையில் இதுவரை நாம் நிறைய செய்துள்ளோம். இன்னும் அதிகம் செய்ய வேண்டியுள்ளது. தொடர்ந்து நாம் இன்னும் முனைப்போடு செயலாற்ற இந்த பயணத்தை தொடர மக்கள் செயல் கட்சிக்கு ஆதரவு தாருங்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram Nair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, where is Sembawang?
Where are you? 哇，还有很多人呢，后面走过来，向前来。哇 I think this is more than what we expected.
Yes.
More than what we expected.
I am really happy to see everyone here tonight to see the leaders here, the candidates that's going to rule Sembawang again. Give them a round of applause!
Yes! Woo! Okay, who's next? This one I must say something lah.
This one also I must say something.
I must say something lah.
I also.
哎呀
Huh?
OK， 我用华语来讲哦，我在无人服务了10多年，过去的5年我跟他相处，哇，不得了，我亲眼看到他鞠躬尽瘁、尽心尽力的为你们服务，而且他对其他的族群都是一视同仁了。他在过年的期间，他走访了13座华人庙，你肯定会听到他的强而有力的声音，哗啦！OK， 他的先生，那丈夫是王先生，大家都认识，是他忠实的支持者。OK， Mariam， 他的微笑，每个人都不会忘记了，他无私的奉献，令到我们非常非常的感动。OK，
Wow. Boleh teka tak siapa?
Mariam.
Wow, I don't have to mention her name. You guys knows her, right? Well, she is the cutest among all. She's the smallest among all. But she has a wide, big smile. Always she put up on her face. Even though, you know, she is the toughest lady, I would say. She always give me hard time. All right. Wow, you see, you will never walk alone. And next candidate, Miss Mariam Jafar, Kaka MJ.
Vanakkam, salam sejahtera, and good evening Sembawang. A very special shout out to all the residents from Woodlands Town who came to Sembawang. And of course, a very special shout out to all our Liverpool fans. Congratulations on number 20. And I'm sorry, Minister On, Shuswan, and Gabriel, but we are even now. I am so happy to be with you tonight. You know, we didn't get to have a physical rally when I was here as a new candidate 5 years ago. So this is my first rally. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm not at 100%, but I'll try my best. So 5 years ago, I joined politics to give back. To be honest, back then I wasn't sure. I didn't know if I would be up for it. But today, it feels like the sum of all my experiences, my childhood, my family upbringing, my education, my career, and my journey was all to prepare me to be standing here for the biggest honor of my life today. And that is serving as your member of parliament for Sembawang GRC. Thank you for making this home. Thank you for making me part of your family. And you know the thing about families? Families stick together. Am I right? Families fight for one another. My team and I, we have walked alongside you. Students, seniors, caregivers, job seekers, persons with disability, people with mental health challenges, young parents, single parents, ex-offenders, second chances, business owners. I've heard your stories, your worries about costs of living, your frustrations about the costs of doing business, your fears about not being able to afford a home, your hopes for your children, your fears about aging without support. And I carry them with me here in my heart into every discussion and every debate. I have been a strong voice in Parliament for investing in our people through education and reskilling, and for empowering our people with opportunity, including in new growth areas like AI and the green economy. I have pushed for inclusive hiring based on skills and not on paper qualifications, for fair workplace policies, for family-friendly workplaces. I've advocated for mental health to be on par with physical health. And I've spoken about how support needs to be simpler, more practical, more timely, more dignified. And I've been very hands-on on building local programs that truly, tangibly work for you. When we launched our Improvement of the Week, or IOTW, it wasn't just about fixing things. It was about proving that small things, no issue is too small to pay attention to. And no issue is too big to really put our heads together and lead our agencies to crack, if it matters to you. When we launched Belanja Meal at Woodlands, it wasn't just about free meals. It was about paying it forward because you can. And when we launched Store at Woodlands, it wasn't just about giving out groceries. It was about choice and dignity. And when we launched Merchant Dollar Deals at Woodlands, it wasn't just about jumping on the $1 deal bandwagon. It was about creativity and partnership, helping you with the cost of living with zero cost to taxpayers. These are our Empower Woodlands programs. They are impactful, they are sustainable, and they strengthen the bond we share as a community. They show what we can achieve when we care deeply and work closely together. Because to me, being your MP is more than about making speeches inside Parliament, although that's important. It's about making your lives better outside Parliament, today and in the future. And we are not going to stop. Someone I respect a lot likes to say, there's always room for improvement. So tonight I want to share 3 improvements I am cooking. First, Store at Woodlands. It gives 400 families their choice of groceries and other essentials every month. But I've seen some of my residents, especially seniors, struggle to make their way to Block 852 and to carry their groceries back with them, especially during festive occasions when we always give extra stuff. So, we will open a second store at Woodlands near Kampong Admiralty. And once a month, our Block 600 plus residents will not have to go all the way to Block 852. And our Woodlands MPS team will also be set up there to make getting help easier. Second, I will focus more on our youth. We just launched our Youth Adulting series. We will focus on careers and skills, financial literacy, physical and mental health, and building healthy professional and personal relationships. Now, we will design this program as we go along with our youth to make sure it's useful. And we will launch new community scholarships for youths who make a positive impact to our community, regardless of their backgrounds. And third, we will launch a caregiver support program focusing on respite care. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have the money for this yet, but the support you have always shown me, I know we will find a way, inshallah. So these are some of the things I will work on in Woodlands if you bring us back to Parliament. alongside the 4 thrusts you would have read about in our GRC manifesto to make this a Sembawang for everyone. But, my dear residents, you also know that more is at stake in this GE than what happens in one constituency or even one GRC. I love you too! The world as we know it has changed yet again. And the challenges we face today are complex and not to be trivialized. It's not being trivialized in my client boardrooms. Some politicians really shouldn't be trivializing them. So let's not pretend they are easy answers or quick fixes. You know, making speeches are easy, especially now with ChatGPT. And especially if you don't have to be responsible for the implementation and long-term implications. Now, in these elections, you will hear various messages. Some will say the system is completely broken. Some will say the PAP doesn't listen, doesn't care. Some will say the PAP is out of touch. No fresh ideas. They criticize, they point fingers. They want to make you angry. But here in Sembawang GRC, we know better. We know that the steady leadership of the PAP and the trust between the PAP government and the people brought us through a global pandemic when others stumbled. We know that real solutions and actions, not words, help us manage the costs of living and protect jobs. We know that in the PAP we have leaders who will work quietly but steadily and tirelessly to solve real problems. Then there are those who will say, we need more opposition to check the PAP. They will say, without more pressure, the PAP will not improve. They will say, more opposition is the best insurance for the future. They will say that without opposition MPs, some issues will never get an airing. Now let me be clear. We don't wait for pressure to do better, to do more. We don't wait for others to bring up issues. We are driven by something much, much bigger. And that is our accountability to you, the people we serve. In Malay, we call it amanah. Every day we listen, every day we work to improve your lives. Now, we welcome alternative ideas. But we don't have groupthink in the PAP. There is debate, there is discussion, there is diversity of thought. Because that is what a strong government does, and the PAP is a strong government. So never confuse party discipline with a lack of conviction and follow through. I am certainly not here to be a yes woman. Never have been, never will be. I am here to use my connection to the ground and then to do the same things that have made me the first and only Malay senior partner in BCG, and that is to listen deeply, to think creative, to think critically, to speak honestly, and to act boldly, connecting policy, data, and the human experience. I am not a yes woman, but I say yes to hard work, yes to better life, and yes to a brighter future for you. Now, last night, Dr. Chee Soon-Juan said that if elected, SDP candidates will be full-time MPs. He says he doesn't know how anyone can possibly do the job on a part-time basis. He misses the value of bringing different perspectives, our networks, to solve residents' problems. Being full-time is not the same as being effective. Our Sembawang GRC team and my sister, Ms. Polly San in Sembawang West, we bring real-world experience. We are connected to our people. We understand the challenges faced by business, and we bring our networks. We are relevant. We are not stuck in some time warp, rehashing old arguments and criticism that no longer hold true. and we get things done. Singapore doesn't need MPs who clock in and out. We need MPs who make the hours count. That's what matters. It doesn't matter whether it's part-time or full-time. It matters whether we are grounded and effective, whether we solve problems and deliver results. Now, I looked at the policy proposals in the manifestos of various parties. They say they have bold ideas. But when you look at the details, the plans, you will easily see where there are holes. Ask yourself, are these ideas practical? Are they sustainable? Are they responsible? And what are the long-term consequences? Because it is you and your future generations who will suffer as a result. Now, there's something I find really disquieting. The balance of proposals is decidedly inward-looking. Nothing, little is said about how they plan to keep Singapore competitive when the world is a mess, how they plan to grow the economy, how they plan to create good jobs for Singaporeans. My friends, is that really the approach we want to go forward? Do we want to go forward by looking more inwards? Or do we want to build a future where we look out into the world and grab the opportunities and grow the pie for all of us? Being open to the world, to ideas, to talent, to capital, to trade has helped Singapore grow and become a global hub. It has created so many good jobs for our people and jobs. Now, the SDP proposes a Singaporeans First policy. They want businesses seeking to hire foreign professionals to demonstrate that the competencies they seek are not available within Singapore, within the Singaporean candidate pool. They say this policy will significantly reduce the number of foreign workers while maintaining a high-quality workforce. Now, the question to ask is, how will it work? How is it different from our existing controls? How will it result in that significant reduction? And how will businesses do this without compromising the agility and viability they need, which could cause them to leave Singapore and take with them the positions that they currently employ here? Now, I know some of you are wondering, all this talk about being open, what about us? What about Singaporeans? And let me say this, I hear you, I get it. I live it. Being open does not mean being uncontrolled. We agree with putting Singaporeans first. And that's why we already have built in many controls over the years. That's why we fight for fair hiring and fair employment practices and push workplace fairness legislations in Parliament. That's why we push for skills training, leadership development, good jobs, better wages. And that's why we push for companies to adopt family-friendly practices. And that's why we must come down firmly and hard on those who don't play by the rules we have in place to protect Singaporeans. Because that is what we want for all Singaporeans, to stay open but also be strong and become stronger. Now, yesterday on a house visit, I met a resident. She said, the opposition, they feed us a lot of sweet things. But we are old already. You eat too many sweet things, you get diabetes. What we need are vitamins. Isn't she right? So I urge you, when you listen to these proposals, be informed and reject the proposals that chip away at the very foundations that gave us our competitive advantage and make us resilient. And that is our fiscal strength, our brand, our reputation for stability, and our business-friendly environment, our tripartism. Such proposals make us weaker, not stronger. So when you read and listen to the proposals, ask the questions, think of the risks. Because you know what's as bad and maybe even worse than giving someone a blank check? Is getting a bounce check. Saudara-saudari sekalian yang saya hormati dan saya kasihi, ada yang cuba menanam rasa ragu di hati kita. Seolah-olah masyarakat Melayu Islam Singapura dipinggirkan. Seolah-olah masih ada sikap pilih kasih terhadap masyarakat kita. Seolah anggota Parlimen Melayu Islam PAP tidak pernah membawa suara rakyat tentang isu-isu Melayu Islam atau membuat apa-apa yang mengubah nasib masyarakat Islam Melayu. Saya faham perasaan ini. Tetapi saya juga tahu kenyataannya. Pencapaian masyarakat kita semakin berkembang. Masyarakat kita semakin gemilang. Banyak sudah berubah. Kita tidak perlukan politik yang bermain dengan rasa kecewa. Kita perlukan tindakan dan itulah yang saya perjuangkan. Saya bekerja bersama anda, bersama M Kuasa 3 dan badan-badan Melayu lain di peringkat nasional dan di peringkat GRC Sembawang untuk memastikan lebih banyak peluang pendidikan untuk anak-anak Melayu Islam kita. Lebih banyak sokongan untuk keluarga Melayu Islam melalui berbagai program sosial seperti Store at Woodlands. Lebih banyak ruang untuk usahawan Melayu Islam membina kejayaan dan untuk karyawan Melayu Islam meningkat kemahiran mereka dan mengeratkan jaringan hubungan. Lebih banyak program untuk menjaga kesihatan fizikal dan mental sebagai kelab kesihatan Woodlands kita. Jalan kaki ada, trekking ada, kampung cycle ada, zumba ada, piloxing ada. You join kan? Lebih banyak kemudahan untuk penduduk Melayu Islam seperti makanan halal, pilihan makanan halal yang begitu luas di kampung di Admiralty Place sekarang. Lebih kurang 70-80%. Lebih banyak sokongan untuk memperkasa karya dan memartabatkan para asatiza demi memperkukuh nilai-nilai rohani dalam komuniti kita. Mungkin ada di antara anda yang menjalankan solat raya di Woodlands Sports Pavilion? Yes. Saya dan anggota Parlimen Melayu Islam PAP tidak pernah takut mengangkat suara serta harapan masyarakat Melayu Islam ke dalam Parlimen dan menyampaikannya secara direct kepada barisan kepimpinan negara. Saya ingin menyentuh satu perkara yang saya tahu sangat dekat di hati kita semua ini. Di dalam Parlimen, iaitu Gaza. Di dalam Parlimen, AP Melayu PAP lah yang antara yang pertama membangkitkan isu konflik di Gaza. Bukan AP pembangkang. Kami juga menggerakkan komuniti kita untuk bangkit bersama. Mengumpul dana, menghantar dana. Dan saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada penduduk Woodlands dan Sembawang yang telah menyokong usaha murni mengumpul dana buat saudara-saudara kita di Gaza. Kami telah berjaya mengumpul dana sebanyak 300,000 melalui konsep amal rock untuk rakyat. Seperti Spirit of Sembawang Ramadan Charity Fundraiser. Saudara-saudari, kita lihat kejayaan pelajar-pelajar kita yang masuk universiti. Kejayaan karyawan-karyawan kita dalam pelbagai bidang, termasuk dalam bidang pertahanan negara. Major Iskandar, F-15 fighter pilot. Colonel Fairoz Hassan, Ketua Infanteri. Lieutenant Danisha, pegawai Navy yang perempuan yang pertama. Inilah kisah-kisah yang perlu kita fikirkan setiap hari ketika kita menjalankan tugas dan membesarkan anak-anak kita. Kisah di mana impian menjadi kenyataan dan di mana bakat serta kebolehan digunakan untuk memperbaiki mutu kehidupan keluarga dan memperkuatkan komuniti kita. Kisah-kisah yang menyatukan hati kita. Kita tidak perlulah rasa kasihan atau rasa marah. Kita perlukan rasa keyakinan. Saya di sini untuk bekerja, untuk memperjuangkan suara kita dan untuk memastikan masa depan masyarakat Melayu Islam terus cerah dan berdaya maju di Singapura. Pilih pemimpin yang bukan hanya berapi semangat tetapi benar-benar bersedia memimpin. Pilih pemimpin yang bukan sekadar kuat berkata-kata tetapi kuat dalam tindakan. Pilih mereka yang tidak terperangkap dalam perjuangan lama tetapi membina Jambatan Harapan untuk masa depan. Pilih Parti Tindakan Rakyat PAP dan bersama insyaAllah kita akan terus maju. My friends, many people asked me actually whether I was going to run for a second term or whether I would rather focus on my career in the private sector and simply have more time for my family and other interests. I'm here because somewhere in Singapore right now, a future Mariam Jaffa is probably curled up in bed reading a book with a flashlight when she's been told to go to sleep. Maybe her family even lives in a rental flat. I and the PAP will never waver in our resolve to make sure that we take care of her, that she will have a good education, that she will have an embarrassment of opportunities, whether it is in Singapore or on the global stage, that she will feel brave enough to chase her dreams and take the path less taken, because she knows one failure will not condemn her forever. As long as she works hard, as long as she keeps learning. Thank you. Thank you for fulfilling 5 years as your MP. I feel very lucky to be with you here in Woodlands, in Sembawang. I feel very lucky to be your Kaka MJ. Now, you have a choice. Who you want to vote into parliament in the next 5 years. A vote is a very powerful thing. It's your voice, it's your future. This election is not about sending a message. It's about choosing the team you trust to serve you day by day, year after year. We ask for your support so that we can continue to walk this journey with you. Humbly, sincerely, and with all our heart. Will you choose substance over sound bites? Will you choose unity over division? Will you choose hope and not anger to drive us forward? Will you choose the People's Action Party for Sembawang GRC? Majulah Singapura, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Kaka MJ. Beri tepukan yang gemuruh. Amanah. Itulah ada words-nya.
Next, we want to invite our next candidate, Mr. Ng Shi Xuan.
Beri tepukan untuk Encik Ng Shi Xuan.
年轻有为又帅哥。
Good evening, residents of Sembawang, Canberra, and friends from all over Singapore. Thank you for joining us tonight. As I was walking in and greeting some of you, I see many familiar faces. My name is Ng Shi Xuan. Most of you know me simply as Xuan. 2 weeks ago, a friend asked me, "Do you feel out of place in Sembawang?" I was surprised and asked, "Why would I?" She said, "It's far from where you used to serve. Can you understand the ground?" But my experience so far has shown the opposite. Residents here have welcomed me warmly. In fact, Canberra's demographics are a perfect match. In Macpherson, I work closely with and for youths and young families. And here in Canberra, we meet so many young people and families daily. I feel like I fit right in, like a fish in water, they say, 如鱼得水. So Canberra did not just accept me, it welcomes me. Now, I understand a large part of being an MP is to listen to concerns. and addressing them as best as we could. Some could be municipal, other national policies. This is what my predecessors and colleagues have been doing. Improving the town and acting on feedback is a never-ending process, and I will try my best too. For example, cyclists suggested that we paint the cycling paths in red for better visibility. If elected, and I'm in charge of the town council, rest assured there is something that I will certainly look into. Bus riders want more frequent services and new stops, especially on service 962 and at Rainbow Center. We hear you. We will take your feedback and work with the relevant agencies to find reasonable solutions. Some residents have also raised national policies with me. On my house visits, a senior asked me if he could use more of his MediSave for outpatient visits, as he has a healthy balance. I understand the purpose of MediSave is to help pay for major hospital episodes. But such episodes tend to happen when we are very old. So there are limits to how much we can use it for outpatient and other expenses incurred over our lifetime. These withdrawal limits, however, have constantly been reviewed and raised over time, from $200 per year in 2021 to $400 per year by the end of this year. Nevertheless, I've asked Minister if there is scope for people with very healthy balances to use more of their MediSave. I'm glad he said he has an open mind, and it's something that the ministry has been studying. You know, so many healthcare policies have been transformed under Min Ong, and I hope we have a policy for this one soon. Another wish I have is to work closely with the youth in Sembawang. As you can hear, there is a lot of energy here, and young people today are ready to step up. You are resourceful, educated, and tech-savvy, and I want to bring you youths together to channel your enthusiasm and energy into your passion projects. I have done this in MacPherson, and I will do it again in Sembawang. Some of you may have heard, I co-led the first ever community anti-vape campaign. It was a strong stance against vices creeping into our precious community. Vaping is still a big problem among the young. Many are not prepared to come forward because they fear being punished. That's why we created the amnesty program to ensure every child and every youth grow up with a healthy mind and healthy body. Through the project, 78 youths came forward, some as young as 11 or 12 years old, to surrender their vaping devices and pledge to quit. I see that the Health Promotion Board has also taken a similar stance nationally. So I urge you, young and old, come forward, hand in your vape devices. There will be no punishment or fines. Instead, there will be assistance to help you kick the habit. Now, what this project also shows is that when we trust and empower the youths, we will step up. And there is so much more we can do. Small trials, big dreams. Local solutions for local issues. Finally, I want to talk about Sembawang's future. We have grown spectacularly over the past 25 years, but we are just getting started. The northern parts of Sembawang today still have huge open lands. The two large worker dormitories opposite the shipyard has closed, and the land is now back with the authorities. And soon, as Dr. Lim mentioned, the Sembawang shipyard lease will end. Just imagine the exciting developments coming to our Sembawang coast. And Canberra is a key part of this exciting journey. So please support our team and let's shape this future together. Share your dreams and ideas with us. Together we will build a Sembawang for everyone. Thank you. Now let me say a few words in Mandarin. 感谢大家前来支持我们。2周前，我的朋友问我，来到三巴旺这么远，会不会有点不习惯？其实我一来到这里，就感受到大家的热情和活力。在这里，我真的是如鱼得水。我明白，想作为一名有效的议员，最重要的是倾听居民的声音，并尽力解决问题。有些是市政层面的，例如居民希望在三巴旺马这样的地方增设无障碍坡道，大巴士的居民更希望增设站点，增加962号巴士的单班次。如果有机会服务大家，我一定认真研究，配合有关当局，尽力争取改善。也有居民跟我反映国家政策方面的意见，比如在家访时，一位年长居民问我，能不能让他们动用更多的保健储蓄 MediSave 来支付门诊费用。我理解保健储蓄主要是为年长时住院做准备的，不过我也向部长反馈，希望能让储蓄余额充足的公民有更多灵活使用空间。部长保持开放的态度，目前正在研究中，希望不久后能有好消息。我也很希望能在三巴旺与青年推动项目。这里的年轻人不只有热情，也足智多谋。我希望集合大家的点子和热情，一起推动更本土化的小项目，实现对社区有意义的项目。在麦波生，我的团队带领过全岛第1场反电子烟运动，我希望也能在这里推动更多试点项目，来丰富我们的社区。这证明了只要有信任和赋能，青年是能够挺身而出，为社区做出贡献的。未来我们还可以一起以小试点实现大梦想。最后谈谈三巴旺的未来。三巴旺过去25年发展迅速，但还有更多发展空间。三巴旺北部还有大片土地等待发展。船厂对面的2座员工宿舍已关闭，土地交还给新加坡土地管理局。三巴旺船厂的租约也快到期了。未来将有更多令人期待的滨海发展，坎贝拉就在这发展计划的重要环节中，请大家多多支持我们的团队，和我们分享你的想法，携手打造属于我们大家的三巴旺，让我们一起兴旺三巴旺。Thank you。
谢谢黄世轩先生。下一个候选人，我们要请 Gabriel Lam
Dan calon seterusnya Encik Gabriel Lam.
蓝延礼。
Vanakkam, selamat malam, 大家晚上好。Good evening, Sembawang. I'm Gabriel. Many of you would have seen me this past couple of weeks as one of the 2 new faces of the team. We've been working hard to meet as many residents as possible and learn as much as we can about Sembawang GRC. Sembawang GRC is blessed with rich history and with residents who have lived here for many, many years, sometimes across generations. You know everything there is to know about this area, and you have seen it develop and grow. I enjoy learning from your stories, which helped me understand Sembawang better. At the same time, there are now many new BTO estates in Sembawang, so we are welcoming more and more Singaporeans from all corners of the country, each with their own stories, but eager to contribute their chapters to Sembawang. Minister Ong referred to Si Xian and me as Guan Yi and Zhang Fei when he introduced us. Now that is an epic story, the romance of the three kingdoms. But I am no general. But I hope, however, to emulate their courage and spirit to serve. Thank you. One of the ways I hope to serve would be through maintaining Sembawang's strong culture of giving second chances. I believe in giving second chances because my father was given a second chance, and I saw how he took it to better our lives and that of others. My father is in the crowd somewhere today. My father suffered from polio since he was 1 year old, but he would climb the stairs of high-rise blocks every day to sell insurance door to door. He would also sell coffee powder that he bought from a wholesaler, which he and my mother would then pack into smaller packets. My mother is also in the crowd. So my father gathered all his money into buying a small van to carry out the deliveries. Then with the van, he also did deliveries of small items and furniture. One day, one of his regular customers told him, "Why don't you use a truck and you can do deliveries for my bigger furniture?" After some time, he decided to take a risk and enter the moving business. It was one of those businesses with a low barrier to entry. But it was also because Singapore is a stable and open economy that allowed companies to thrive, companies and SMEs like mine. We employ a 90% workforce with all top positions held by Singaporeans, and we believe in a strong Singapore core. This is something that I too will champion in Parliament. But if we were to take foreigners out of the equation, it would definitely be a more challenging landscape. So we need to find the balance while keeping that Singapore core. The chance that the customer gave my dad all those years ago changed my father's life. That is why I strongly believe in giving people chances. That chance you give has a potential to be transformational. Here in Sembawang, while doing the block visits, I have also learned of stories of many families who have been supported and many more who are receiving support from the Yellow Ribbon Community Project and SANA. This is good work here in Sembawang. I know this because I have seen how such support has helped former offenders and their families. In fact, I'm reminded of my friend JD. He worked with me from a young age, but along the way, he faced challenges in his life, made some bad decisions, and spent time in prison. When he was released, he was not able to get a job. We didn't know this at first because we didn't hear from him. And he was embarrassed to reach out to us to ask back for his old job. We only found out when I checked in on him. I asked him to come back and work with me again, and we gave him our trust and confidence, and we provided him with the support he needed to make sure that he didn't stray again. Since then, he has been an asset. He rose through the ranks and is now an operations field manager in the company. There will be many more stories like this. And we remain close friends today, celebrating achievements and key milestones together. We have also tried our best to help many, many other people going through similar challenges. Each year, we would hire at least 5 overcomers. I would also lobby other local companies to support Yellow Ribbon initiatives. And my friend Jimmy from Lockwin is one of them. If I were to be elected to Parliament, I want to use my position as MP to offer more support to Yellow Ribbon and CNB. We can do more together. and we can help even more overcomers and their families. Let me share a bit on how we can help. I want to focus on the families of these overcomers. We need to make sure that they get all the support and help that they need. If their children need laptop for schools and they cannot afford to buy one and have no one to turn to for help, I want to make sure that my team and I are there to get them those laptops. I have done this before. During the COVID pandemic, I started a digital initiative where we provided refurbished laptops to students so that they could carry out their home-based learning. If the families of the overcomers need employment, I want to make sure that we provide them with the right employment opportunities that best suit their circumstances. I have also done this before, working with other local companies and platforms to provide employment opportunities to overcomers. We can do something similar for their family members. We also need to make sure that we keep their families together. That will provide the best scaffolding for our overcomers as they continue their rehabilitation and turn over that page of their lives. Like I said before, we each have our own stories to tell. And I am here to listen to yours. Together, ours will be a story of Sembawang. Where no one is left behind, regardless of their circumstances. I am here to serve because I know what it feels like. We may go through tough patches in our lives, but this is a government that will provide a stable platform for our businesses to thrive. And this is a team that will stand with you, will go through this journey with you. And this is a party that will always put you and Singaporeans first. So write that story with us, and I ask that you give me and my teammates your trust and your vote. Vote PAP. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Gabriel Lam. Next up, the next roses. Do you know who the next roses? Please vote for her. I need her in my area, okay? All right, next is our Miss Paul Lee Shan.
布丽珊小姐。
Dear residents of Sembawang GRC and Sembawang West, a very good evening to all of you. Thank you all for coming, joining us this evening. Selamat malam, 大家晚上好, Assalamualaikum. For the past 5 years, I've had the honor of being your representative in the Parliament. I have voiced your concerns in the Parliament on issues that matter most to you, from upgrading infrastructure to improve public health, to supporting seniors to age in place, creating better job opportunities for young people, improving housing, provisions for families, and so on. I understand the stresses that residents feel on bread and butter issues. I will continue to speak up for our residents, especially on securing jobs in this challenging environment and keeping a lid on the cost of living to help residents better cope with cost pressures. I will also continue to speak on the importance of the Singapore Armed Forces in keeping Singapore strong and our people safe. Our SAF has conducted deterrence patrols, counter-terrorism operations, and security deployments for extraordinary events like the Trump-Kim Summit.
and prove its mettle in overseas operations. It has mounted swift and responsive actions to regional and international humanitarian crises and disasters such as in Aceh and in Gaza. The SAF has the capability, the readiness, and resourcefulness to respond to any situation at short notice and make things happen. Without the SAF, peace, prosperity, and progress for Singapore will be at risk. I would like to now respond to what my opponent, Dr. Chi of SDP, said in his rally speeches last weekend. Dr. Chi said that he will organize town hall meetings to hear residents' issues if he is elected, so that residents do not have to wait for a long time at the Meet the People sessions. Let me tell you, this is a fundamental mistake about what MPS is all about. MPS, or Meet the People session, is a safe, a private space for residents to tell me of their life's challenges so we can work on this together. It is not a town hall for public political theater. Yes, it's true. Some weeks, my MPS lasts for hours. My volunteers and I stay back past midnight. We don't leave until we see the last family, the last man, or the last woman leave. We work when no one is watching. But MPS is not the only time or the only place I meet my residents. For 5 years, I've been personally replying emails from residents so that they don't even have to come to MPS. And for our older residents, I meet them during my house visits, walkabouts, and even at events, and I would follow up with the agencies to help them with the problems they face. So this is how I help, in a timely, personal, and private manner. I am your MP, not just during MPS, but every day when you need my help. Dear residents, I am not just your representative in Parliament, but also your neighbor, your friend, and a member of this beautiful community we call home. I wish to sincerely thank you for your trust, for your friendship, your support, and for believing in what we've built together for Sembawang West. We have come to a crossroads, and tonight I want to speak from the heart. The decision we make now will shape what kind of home Sembawang will be for our children, our senior, and for every single resident who calls this place his or her home. And we are ready for the next chapter. We need a clear path forward. We need chapter 2 of Sembawang West to be bold, be compassionate, and rooted in experience. And let's be honest, we cannot afford to take chances. Having a new, unfamiliar candidate with no deep roots in our community would mean starting all over. Sembawang West is not a place you can simply walk into and understand. It takes years and it takes trust. It takes a heart that has been here and it knows our stories, our struggles, and our hopes. Over the past 5 years, I've walked with you through ups and downs. I've listened to your concerns, celebrated your successes, and stood by you when things get tough. Allow me now to share a true story of one resident who I had assisted over the past years. Without revealing her name, let's just call her Madam S. I met Madam S for the first time at the wake of her late husband. He had left behind 3 young children. A year later, in October 2023, I met her again at my MPS. This time, she was scammed of more than $100,000. That's money left from her husband's insurance payout and CPF funds. I helped her with an appeal to the police to expedite investigations. A year later, in May 2024, last year, I met her again for the 3rd time in the MPS. This time, her youngest son of 13 years old suddenly collapsed during a run in school and was warded in KKH ICU. I appealed for her to the hospital to reduce the bills and also sought help from the social service office because she was simply not able to work during this period of time. Unfortunately, her son passed away after a 3-week struggle. Madam S was so big-hearted. Despite the hardships she went through, she decided to donate the organs of her son in order to save other people. I helped to raise a few $1,000s to defray the funeral expenses. At the wake, I cried with her because what she has gone through was really, really difficult for anyone to accept, no matter how strong or how tough. But Madam S was so calm, and she was grateful for the help that she received over the 3 years. I felt humbled as I've learned so much from my dear resident. Madam S managed to stay calm, stay hopeful, and still smile, even though the world has crashed on her, not just once, but 3 times. Well, just 2 months ago, I met Madam S for the 4th time in my MPS. But this time, she has good news for me. She shared with me that the police has arrested the culprit who scammed her money. Finally, she can receive the money that her husband has left for her and her children, and they are now planning to buy a home for themselves. And this time, I cried with her, but this time with tears of joy. Madam S' journey is one of the many journeys that I have had the privilege to walk with. I thank residents who have given me the trust, and I would do everything I can to help every resident through their difficult situations. The responsibility and trust given to me, it's what motivates me every day in the past 5 years. Dear residents, leadership is not just about passion. It's about committed presence. It's about consistency. It's about care. My learned opponent, Dr. Chi, has walked a long political path, but not one spent serving community from within. Yes, he's passionate, but passion alone does not build playgrounds, nor support seniors, nor comfort a struggling family. Dear residents, it is not a time for political experiments. Sembawang West deserves more than just a platform. It deserves a proven person, someone who's been here with you, and someone who knows what's at stake. In these uncertain times, economically, socially, and emotionally, what we need is someone who understands how things work. Not someone who just talks and talks, but someone who knows what he or she is talking about. Over the past 5 years, we have achieved so much together as a community. We have created family spaces and safe places for our children to grow. We have launched programs to keep our seniors active, healthy, and connected. And we have extended mental health support, ensuring no one feels left behind. So much was done with no one in Sembawang West feeling invisible, because everyone here matters. But we are just getting started. Chapter 1 was just the beginning. Chapter 2 will be even stronger, with more care, more progress, more unity. This election is not about political rivalry. It's about you, your families, your future. Dear residents, on 3rd of May, you have a choice. Do not take a gamble on someone new, but continue the journey with someone who's proven she cares. Choose experience over experiments, and choose to keep building this incredible home together. Choose heart over noise. And from my heart to yours, thank you for the past 5 years of trust and support. Let's make the next 5 years even better. Vote for real action, vote for the People's Action Party, and vote for Sembawang West to be our Singapore. Thank you and good night. Majulah Sembawang West, Majulah Sembawang GRC, Majulah PAP. Thank you.
谢谢傅丽珊小姐，谢谢。
Terima kasih Puan Polisan.
现在是重量级了，他是我心目中的 Superman， 我们的王以康。
Dengan ini, kami ingin menjemput Tuan Ong Ii Kang.
Residents of Sembawang, Woodlands, and all over Singapore, good evening. Saudara-saudara dan saudari-saudari, salam sejahtera. Sembawang memiliki tradisi yang menarik. Antaranya adalah tradisi melahirkan pemain bola sepak negara. Ramai di antara mereka bekas pelajar sekolah rendah Naval Base yang telah berpindah ke Yishun. Itulah sebabnya kami telah menubuhkan Sembawang City Football Club. Mereka digelar The Otters atau memerang. Ini diilhamkan lukisan baju hari kebangsaan yang saya sumbang untuk jualan amal setiap tahun. Dalam satu sesi latihan, bekas Kapten Negara Nazri Nasir yang kini melatih pasukan kita memberitahu saya bahawa nombor jersinya adalah 15. Ia mengikuti blok yang dia dulu tinggal. Ini satu contoh yang menunjukkan keakraban yang kuat terhadap bandar Sembawang. Saya tidak membesar di sini, tetapi saya dapat merasakan semangat yang luar biasa ini sebaik sahaja saya menjadi ahli parlimen anda. Masyarakat penduduknya, udaranya, hot spring dan pantainya, semuanya berbeza. Satu lagi ciri unik Sembawang adalah masjid bertempatan. Ia satu-satunya masjid kampung di Singapura dan ikon bandar kita. Menteri-menteri terdahulu Sembawang GRC telah berusaha untuk memastikan masjid ini tidak dirobohkan demi pembangunan. Saya berikrar untuk meneruskan usaha ini. Walaupun Sembawang akan terus membangun, kita tidak perlu melepaskan sejarah kita, ikon kita. Saya akan bekerja sama dengan URA untuk memelihara masjid bertempatan selama-lamanya, permanently. Preserve the Kampung Mosque permanently. Ini akan meneruskan usaha kita untuk memelihara bangunan-bangunan yang bersejarah di Singapura. Izinkan saya pula berucap dalam bahasa Mandarin。亲爱的三巴旺居民，各位同胞，大家晚上好。2015年，就是10年前，我当选为三巴旺集选区的议员，对我来说十分荣幸，十分幸运。谢谢大家的支持。实际上，三巴旺的确很有钢板气息。有些人觉得这里鸟不生蛋，有点乌鲁，但是我们在三巴旺认识三巴旺的人，我们为乌鲁而自豪。这里我们靠近柔佛海峡，我们有海景，我们有沙滩，我们有公园，我们有历史建筑物，我们有美食，有白米粉，我们有新加坡唯一天然的温泉。我常常说，那个温泉其实在义顺集选区，但是水是我们三巴旺流过去的。这里到处都是现代的设施，交通发达，一直改进，一年比一年好，一片兴旺。我今年年初在农历新年前，我就开始在想，竞选好像要来了。来的时候我们用什么口号？但是过年期间到处我走，有时也听马良家发在喊，大家都在喊兴旺发啦！这就给我了灵感，因为什么？三巴旺有一个旺字，这个旺字不得了，因此我想到这个口号：兴旺三巴旺。我说三巴旺兴旺，不只是生意兴旺，也是我们更重要，我们的人气兴旺。这里是一个非常有人情味的地方。我小时候在甘榜，我感觉得到的。对我跟对我的同僚基層團隊來說，在這裡能夠工作非常有福氣。三巴旺人，你們有要求，但是通情達理。我們辦事辦得好，你會給我們肯定，給我們鼓勵。我們辦事不好，你們直接跟我們說，我們就可以改進。我和我的基層義工， 我们都是带着喜悦的心情为大家服务，因为整个社区你来到这里，你感得到正能量，像今晚这样这种正能量，对不对？对。我们的生活难免有苦有乐，重要的是大家互相帮助，我们大家一起解决问题，这就是三巴旺精神，这就是三巴旺的人情味。过去这些年所有的进步变化，林伟杰医生说过，我们有目共睹。现在有小贩中心，新加坡最大的 Active Edge 健身房，我们有4个游泳池，综合诊疗所，肯贝拉地铁站，在乌朗我们有 Thomson East Coast Line， 我们有乌朗的医疗中心，整个选区充满了花园，充满了儿童的游乐场。接下来还有更重要的事，更重要的项目我们要展开。三巴旺造船厂要搬迁了，腾出一大片的土地可以开发，这是一个美丽海景的黄金地段，我看要发展要10年，要20年，这就是我们的前途，能够走这么远。我已经跟市区重建局 URA 交流，他们有一些想法，这么大的地方有一些概念，但是要真正的策划，由我们三巴旺我们的团队跟居民一起商讨，我们想一想我们要什么，什么期望，什么样的情况，我们按照三巴旺一贯的方式，我们一起构思，我们一起打造。明年我们一切顺利的话，有新的地铁，这个地铁的方向有点不一样，是往北走，从三巴旺，从玉郎到柔佛，一直到新山，叫做 RDS。RDS 开了，从这边去新山，可能还比从这边去乌节路还近啊。在柔佛海峡的这边，我们可以用 CDC 包车，多多少少可以帮助大家减轻负担。过去海峡的另一边，我们可以搭 RTS 去消费，也是省钱之道。此外，我们一直关心乐龄人士的健康，我们的义工到每户家人敲门，看有没有uncle auntie年老的可以参加我们的活动，我们为他们安排聚餐，1周1次或者1个月2次，让老人家开开心心一起吃饭。大约2年前，我们整个集选区安排了许多免费的健身活动，鼓励所有的居民老少咸宜热烈参加。我说每一组大家加起来看多少个活动，加起来刚刚好100个活动。当时我就跟居民宣布，我们有100个免费的活动，免费的健身活动。我究竟又问了一下，现在有几个免费健身活动了？加起来194个。努力一点，我们就200个了。讲到努力，在卫生部我们也尽了力，我们保障全体新加坡人的健康，我也必须妥善的管理每年200多亿元的拨款，200多亿元，几个零我都想不出，这么多钱。我们有超过10万的员工，我时刻感到肩膀上的负担相当重啊。这几年来，我们增加补贴的地方很多，疗养院补贴增加了，社区医院补贴增加了，牙科护理补贴也将增加了。随着人口老龄化， 越来越多人会生蛇，知道吗？生蛇很痛的，疫苗又贵，外面打2支800块、900块，我们就跟供应商谈判，降低价钱，又增加补贴，现在800块、900块，今年年底之前会降到老年人来说会降到75块。预防性的医疗是我工作的一大重点。我们卫生部实现了健康 SG 计划，让年长者能够免费接受疫苗接种，还有健康检查。安哥安弟，快点去卖涂料。增加补助的同时，能省就省，尽量减少浪费，提高效率。今年我们也将增加养老院和家里护理的津贴，减低家庭的负担。我在这里服务了10年，很高兴结识了很多朋友。这里的人气给我的团队带来很大的鼓励。这里兴旺的正能量，我希望大家帮忙，继续保持。有些反对党来到我们这里的目的，就是要削弱我们的正能量，让大家感到不满，感到沮丧，感到生气，因为这可以增加他们的胜算。我恳求大家，别让政治竞争使我们三巴旺失去我们宝贵平安换的正能量。希望大家继续大力的支持我，还有我的整个团队，让我们一起打造兴旺三巴旺。Let me now speak in English. I start by introducing my team. I start with Ms. Mariam Jafar. She's a high performer. First Malay woman to make it to senior partner at her consulting firm. At work, she's all power. In the community, she's Kaka MJ. We have Vikram Nair, 3 terms as an MP, but coming 4th term. He's a senior lawyer. He chair of Town Council, help us solve a lot of problems. Vikram Nair. We got Gabriel Lam. We got Ng Si Shen. I introduced them earlier. Both leaders of SMEs. They are dynamic, they are enterprising, they know how to solve problems. They will bring all their skills to Sembawang, to their division, to help us solve problems, help us make things happen. Sometimes you stay in the BTO with 5 people, 6 people. One of them decide to go out. A whole family, 6 people, stay in one BTO flat. One of them buy their own BTO or move out. Are they still family? Yeah, move out of your BTO flat buying their own BTO doesn't mean they stop being family. So, we now have a Sembawang West SMC, which Poli San is our candidate. Is she still our family? And we will fight these elections together. Lee San is very brave, very energetic, hardworking MP, helicopter pilot before. In one turn, she told me she went round her blocks 4 times. I buy car, I only go 1 time, 2 times. She went 4 times. And she has implemented so many programs, so many improvements. 2 days from now, we will have another rally in Sembawang West. And the family here will go support her Will you come and support her? And I'll see you there. Thank you. This team, the MPs and the ministers that came before us, we work with so many agencies, we work with so many partners and transform this town. We are all witnesses to this change. Behind us used to be a hill, the old Chongpang market, I think, Nelson Road. I heard the fish head was very good last time, but it was all forest. Nothing much there except one school right at the top. Now it is Bukit Canberra. This is where you have swimming pool, you have hawker center, you have Singapore's largest active SG gym, and next year you have a very special public library right at the top of the hill. We made that happen. Last time in Admiralty, where Vikram was an MP, empty land, grassland. Today, what's set on the land? We got Yusof Ishak Mosque. We got Woodlands Health Campus. We made that happen. Last time, we got one Seletar Race Hot Spring. You go there, two taps with endless flow of hot water. Today, it is the Sembawang Hot Spring Park. What's coming next? In the northern coast of Woodlands, we used to look over the water, across the straits. Next side, in the other side of the bank is Johor. Soon, maybe by end of next year, you can take a train, the RTS, over to JB to eat, to sleep, not to sleep, to eat, to shop, and play. It may be easier to go to JB than going to Orchard Road. If you go there for holiday, there are hotels there. Then yeah, you can eat, you can sleep, you can play. Many residents actually move from different parts of Singapore now to the northern part of Singapore, in Sembawang, to Woodlands, because of the proximity to JB. The area around RTS today is quite empty. In several years' time, the entire area will be developed. We call this the Woodlands North Coast. There can be new homes, recreation activities, entertainment, community facilities, parks, polyclinic, workplaces, whatever you have. There's now a big shipyard in Sembawang Park, the Sembawang Shipyard. Used to be called the Sembawang Naval Base. Soon that shipyard will move to Tuas, giving way to a whole new waterfront development. What will be inside? I've been discussing with URA. In the usual Sembawang style, we will consult residents, we will brainstorm, we will generate ideas, and together we will conceptualize it. But Sembawang is not just all development. We also preserve things. There's some big old banyan trees in Sembawang Park. We want to make sure they continue to stand there. So long as Singapore stands, our banyan trees stand. We have raised the money. We are building a performance stage in Sembawang Park. People can sit on the slope to watch performance. We will gather our budding musicians, aspiring musicians, to play in Sembawang Park. There's an old kampong mosque surrounded by greenery at the coast. Only one in Singapore, the Masjid Pertempatan. For many years, the ministers here, starting with Dr. Tony Tan and Mr. Koh Moon Wan, they have preserved the mosque, the only kampong mosque in Singapore, prevent it from being demolished. I'm going further. I'm working at URA. We are going to preserve it permanently. This is how we sayang Sembawang. Make it a special place, a place of hope, a place of optimism, and how to make this into a Sembawang for everyone. But before we do that, we need to get past these elections. We now have a three-corner fight. One of the party, SDP, has been having a lot of rallies. They have a lot to say. But one thing they say, I think, is disingenuous. They say all these plans that I just described to you, they are going to happen anyway because the PAP will be government. Whoever is the MP, never mind. Never mind, choose them. And all these things that I just mentioned will still happen. Really? No! I don't think they can come here for 1 month and make all these sweeping statements. As PMP MPs, you know what we did when we do Bukit Canberra. We consulted so many residents. The original plan is to build a stadium. You all been to Tampines OTH, the Tampines hub, like a stadium. The original plan. After consulting residents, my predecessor, Mr. Kaur, and I look at the plan. We say cannot. Doesn't suit the character of Sembawang. So, Samula, we do again. So instead, we preserve as many trees as we can, and we put in all the facilities, a swimming pool, a polyclinic. Today is a green area, yet with all the facilities that we can enjoy. If it had been SDP, you think that will happen? Hot Spring Park. I spoke to MINDEF and say, can you give us some land to build a hot spring park? MINDEF agreed. That's why today we have a hot spring park. If it was SDP in charge, do you think hot spring park will happen? I raised money for the performance stage I talked about at Sembawang Park. If it's SDP in charge, you think a stage will come out in Sembawang Park? We are now working with agencies to preserve the kampong malls. If it's SDP, you think they can preserve the kampong malls? But indeed, when there are big national projects, such as Thomson East Coast Line, Woodlands Health Campus, RTS, community is less involved. Cabinet makes the decisions. They decide, should we go ahead? Where's the location? If it's a train, what's the alignment? Which neighborhood to serve? Those decisions are made in cabinet. When those decisions are made in cabinet, I ask you, Sembawang GRC residents, do you not want the anchor minister of Sembawang GRC to be in the room making that decision? You vote in me and my team, and I will be there when those decisions are made. And I will be there to watch over the welfare, the benefits of Sembawang and Woodlands Town's residents. You vote in SDP, you think he can do that? You know, all ministers, we spend a lot of time doing our ministry's work. We have to, because it affects the life of Singaporeans. If we make a wrong decision, consequences can be serious. Notwithstanding, we also devote a lot of time in the community. We visit homes, we attend community celebrations, we attend to municipal issues, bird issue, cleanliness issue, we deal with it. We conduct meet the people sessions to try to solve personal problems of our residents. It's a very tough juggle. But it is meaningful work because it makes a real difference. For example, I'll give you an example. As Minister for Health, I came up with the idea HWell SG. What is HWell SG? We got all these active aging centers around Singapore. I told my staff in MOH, expand the number of AACs. Make sure seniors can access them. Give each one of them more money, more resources, so they can do better activities for our seniors. That is HWell SG. Then when I come to Sembawang as an MP, what do? I go and look for all my AACs. I ask them, have you gotten your more budget? They say, haven't got leh. I'll go back to MOH. What's taking so long? They say coming. Then I'll come again and check with the AAC. Have you gotten more budget? They say now have. So I say, now that you have, let's work together with all our volunteers and have more activities for our seniors. So it is extremely satisfying when I can see policies made in MOH in Outram Road land in Sembawang and benefiting the residents here. I cannot do this if I'm not Minister for Health and MP at the same time. The SDP thing is a problem. I think they are just trying to hoodwink you. I can best serve you when I'm both Minister and MP. SDP has been talking a lot about policies. Let me now talk about a couple of their proposals. Their tagline is thrive, not just survive. Let's see how they intend to achieve this. Let me just talk about two of their proposals. Actually, I have a lot. Tonight I just picked two. I start with healthcare, since it's my ministry. Ran through their manifesto, got some sense of their speeches. They sounded like they want to redesign the whole healthcare system so that somehow, by magic, costs all come down, healthcare become more affordable. For someone like me, who actually have to design a healthcare system, develop policies, I cannot figure out what they are really proposing. They did have one important phrase in their manifesto. It is to move us to a single-payer system. I tell you, most of us listen to single-payer system. We say, similar. Let me explain. Today, if you go, unfortunately, touch wood, go to a hospital, you get a bill. Your bill is paid for in three ways. First, S stands for subsidy. Government subsidize the bill. Second, M means you claim MediShield Life, healthcare insurance. That pay for the bill. Finally, another M, MediSave. You use your MediSave to pay for the rest. Today, about 8 in 10 hospital bills just paid using SMM, what we call S plus 2M. S plus 2M makes sure our healthcare is affordable. A single payer system, what does it mean? It means S plus 2M, get rid of 2 of the alphabets. Leave with 1. That is called a single payer system. So my question to SDP is, which 2 are you getting rid of? Whatever is their answer, you cannot run away. If SDP really want to do single payer system, you either get rid of all the subsidies or you get rid of MediShield Life. That's what single payer means. If there's no subsidy, all hospital bills must be paid by health insurance, MediShield Life. What does it do to premium? Shoot through the roof. They never tell you, right? But if the other way is their idea, there's no MediShield Life, then you depend only on subsidy. Then your taxes will shoot through the roof. Taxes, income tax, GST, in order to pay for subsidy. They never tell you also. So, can SDP please explain honestly to our residents, what are you really proposing? Should we not ask them, Sembawang residents, should we not ask them for an explanation? SDP also seem to suggest that we now have 3 healthcare clusters. One around SGH, one around NUH, one around Tan Tock Seng. 3 healthcare clusters in Singapore. They say merge them. Then we can cut admin costs, cut overhead costs, and we can solve our problems. When something sounds so easy, so good, usually it's real or fake. When something sounds so good, usually it's fake. Let me explain. Today, 60% of our healthcare costs actually is manpower. 60%, right? Doctors, nurses, allied health, down to cleaners, porters, everybody. 20%, you must buy drugs, you must buy medical supplies, devices. 5%, IT costs. When you add all that up, you left only 10-15% for admin and overhead. But admin and overhead is not something you can get rid of, no? The hospital, the Logunchu, that's an overhead, no? That's a building. You have to pay for that. Utilities, the electricity, the water, that's overhead. You must pay for it. So really, how much cost can you cut by merging the three clusters and trying to cut overheads? How much can you save? Does it really make a difference? Unless the SDP is thinking like a big MNCs, big corporation. Sometimes they merge companies, then they slash, cut away a lot of costs, including retrenching a lot of staff. That's how in private sector corporates, they cut costs. And they will cut especially the admin staff. So how many admin staff does SDP intend to retrench from the clusters when you want to merge them? Professor Paul Tambaya, he works in a cluster, the NUH cluster. He will know that these people are HR staff, finance staff, the ones to tend to public queries, the IT people, the chefs, the porters, the cleaners. As health minister, I'll never think about retrenching them. In fact, recently, we gave them a pay rise. Second policy proposal. SDP seem to have taken a leaf from PSP's proposal. They say, let's remove the land cost from BTO, HDB BTO price. Then BTO price will be a lot more affordable. It sounds very good, huh? Make BTO price all lower and more affordable. With new flats being so much cheaper, what's the impact on all of everybody who already own a HDB flat? What's going to happen to your resale price? What's the impact on the resale market? They never tell you. Even for a new home buyer, after you buy this BTO flat at a lower price without land cost, 5 years, 8 years later, when you reach MOP, what do you do with it? Who can you sell it to? Is there someone you can sell it to under their system? I think in SDP's manifesto or their speeches, they say, you sell it back to HDB. I assume you sell it at about the same price as when you bought it. Huh? What does that mean? This means you have no hope of benefiting from the appreciation of your flat. Your BTO flat is no longer an asset. Basically, HDB flats, our HDB policy, their HDB policy is a rental scheme. So may I ask the HDB, may I ask the SDP, may I ask the SDP, are you proposing that Singapore change our home ownership scheme into a home rental scheme? And Singaporeans can never fulfill their dream of owning their own homes under this rental scheme. Sembawang residents, should we not ask the SDP for an explanation? I got others, but I think I skipped. In this election, we know there will be opposition at the end of it. The PAP is not possible to have a blank check. There is no blank check for the PAP. There will be opposition. Opposition is here to stay. But if the PAP has no blank check, opposition, you have no free pass. If you have a proposal, if you have an alternative, be prepared to be scrutinized by the PAP and by the people. For SDP's proposal, they don't have a snowball's chance of contributing to a thriving Singapore. Its proposal shows actually the SDP doesn't know how public policies work. They don't seem to really understand the experiences of other countries and learn from them. These are populist calls to get them a right to parliament. Residents may sometimes think, how come during elections we hear so much policy talk from opposition, but PAP seem to talk less about policies? This is because whether you are the incumbent or the opposition, you play very different roles. The opposition is a challenger of the status quo. Their role is to question, cast doubt, make you angry, tear things down. But when they fought and they have won, they have to take over and govern. And that is a totally different matter. All the small municipal issues that when you are opposition you keep complaining about and they try to amplify, they don't go away just because you take over. They are still there. The bird dropping still there, cleanliness still there, everything's still there. But now it becomes your problem. The nuts and bolts of intense technical decisions come in. You want to do one policy, benefit one group, don't benefit another group, you have to keng tao now know how to do this. As a challenger, you don't have to care. Once you take over, you must take care of everyone. Let me illustrate. But this is what PAP do every day since we are government. Let me give you an example using healthcare. Over the last term, the PAP did all this for healthcare under my charge. We overcome COVID-19 pandemic. We reviewed the Infectious Diseases Act to prepare ourselves for the next pandemic. We expanded healthcare capacity by 6,300 beds. We saw that hospital bills are becoming bigger because healthcare costs are rising. So we have to raise the claims for MediShield Life to better cover hospital bills for you. But to do so, premiums also rise. So we devoted $4.1 billion over the next few years to cushion the impact, so that the increase you see is much smaller. We increased subsidy for community hospitals, palliative care, home nursing services, and nursing homes. We review income threshold for subsidies so that 1.1 million Singaporeans get higher subsidies. We implemented Healthier SG. We got over 1 million Singaporeans enrolled. And with that, they get free preventive care like health screening and vaccination. Free. Percuma. We curb the consumption of sugar through Nutri-Grade labels, A, B, C, D. We established the National Mental Health Office. We grow out Grow Well SG to build better health amongst our kids. And this includes clear guidelines on screen time, which affects their growth, their brain, and their development. We implemented Age Well SG to extend outreach to seniors and help them establish friendship, social networks. We increased MediSave, annual withdrawal limit for outpatient scans, for outpatient treatment, diagnostic scans. We negotiated lower prices for shingles vaccination, and we subsidized the shingle vaccinations. I can go on. I'm only halfway through. But I think enough. You get an idea of all the work we did for the last 5 years. I must say many of these things that I just cited also came about because of feedback from the public, because of thoughtful, constructive ideas from the public, and I thank you for that. Why did I list all these things that we have done for the past 5 years? Because it illustrates the difference between the PAP, who is in government, and the opposition, who is a challenger. We worked, we implement all these healthcare policies over the last 5 years. They talk about them over the last 5 days. That's the difference. But then, in the next 5 years, when we implement more policies, what do they say? They claim credit. You say, I talked about it before. We do. They talk. We implement. They claim credit. We work hard. They say you work hard because I make you work hard. In terms of policy contributions, in terms of affecting the lives of Singaporeans, the opposition is a pale shadow of the PAP government. Whether it's the town of Sembawang, whether it's policies, whether it's all the transformation you see over so many decades, all of us working so hard together, suddenly you come and say, come, give it all to me, I take charge, I take over. Is that reasonable? We build all this together. Let's hang on to it. Let's continue doing this together. Elections is a necessity for democracy. I believe in democracy. But elections can also generate a lot of negativity. Every good thing the government do, the challenger can come and twist it to something they say uncaring. Credit of work that civil servants, ministers, MPs have done together for years is claimed by someone, a challenger, who say, send me to parliament instead. One opposition leader even claimed credit for the government's COVID response because they say as opposition we supported it. And in the community, any small frustration can be magnified into anger during an elections. Suddenly our Meet the People session also become an issue because they say residents have to wait. I suppose if SDP really become MP, they will abolish MPS. Please take note. And for that reason, and for some reason, the SDP have a beef with this project to relocate the horses at Bukit Timah Turf Club to Sembawang. They seem to have a problem with that. It is as puzzling as not allowing Sembawang West residents to use Galaxy CC. Let me explain what is this project about. Many of you will know Bukit Timah Turf Club is closing. And then here we got about over 100 colonial black and white houses near Sembawang Park. A private company has successfully bid and secured a piece of land there with a few black and white houses. They are going to convert the houses into horse stables, bring the horses over and keep them there. It will be a facility open to the public. You can go horse riding. You can also do some animal therapy perhaps. Everyone I spoke to, and I told them about the project in Sembawang, they are excited by it. It is costing the private company a lot of money, to develop the whole place, to secure the land. And actually, we are working very hard with them to make sure the project is viable and it's something our residents can enjoy. But the SDP always has something negative to say about it. I don't even understand why something like that can be turned into something negative. Maybe they think if you care for horses, you cannot care for humans. I don't know. I really don't know. An auntie yesterday came to me. She said, thank you for all the work you and your team has done. And she also said, thank you for all your fun social media, all your videos. She said, thank you for being conquer. I asked her, what do you like about my videos? She said, sorry. She said, I like your videos because it teach me something. It is funny and it conveys positivity. She said it in Chinese. 正能量. Positivity is important in life. It brings people together, keep our spirits high. It helps us achieve more in life. I need the help of all Sembawang residents now. Protect the positivity and optimism of our town. Over the years, we trusted each other. We care for each other. We work together. We make things happen. Give us your strong endorsement here in Sembawang GRC and in Sembawang West SMC so we keep the positivity going. With that spirit, we make Sembawang a special place. We make Sembawang for everyone. 3rd of May. Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? Majulah Singapura. Majulah Sembawang. Majulah PAP. Thank you and good night.
And now we like to invite all the great leaders here who will represent you in Parliament to come forward. Give them a round of applause. Majulah Singapura.
Majulah PAP.
Majulah Singapura. Majulah PAP. Majulah Singapura. Majulah PAP.
Thank you everybody for coming， 谢谢大家，谢谢大家，非常感谢。